Hey everybody, this is Brett. And I'm kind of a curious person and I have questions that I ask people because I seek change. I would like to see change whenever there is idiocy happening in our world. And so I just created a post. I'm not sure how I was actually able to create this post directly on the Fire Marshals Association of Colorado's Facebook page, but I did. And it looks like this. Here's their page, the Fire Marshals Association of Colorado on Facebook. And I wrote, when will people start to build houses made of natural, non-flammable, non-toxic materials instead of stick frame, chemical-laden houses that go up in smoke? When will they start to think about making houses solar passive and environmentally friendly? Will you allow people to rebuild their stupid stick frame houses exactly the same way they did before? Just curious. Thanks. And then I posted that picture, that's the thumbnail for this video, where it shows this cookie cutter neighborhood that's made by some, builder, some builder to mass produce houses. They're mass producing houses. They have absolutely no thought for the sun, where the sun is, and if it's going to warm the house, if the houses can catch on fire, if they can be blown away by winds, etc. If the houses are made out of natural materials, will people be breathing the materials, those toxic materials, when they're in the houses? They have absolutely no mindset, they don't care anything about any of those things. Okay. So, luckily, my friends, we have God and nature on our sides. And for those of you that don't think that I have a deep and strong spiritual connection to God and nature, I think it's just probably because it's a little bit different than yours, your Christian mentality. Okay, so mine is directly connected to the trees and the wind and the earthquakes and all of those things, the hurricanes. And I realized that all of it is going to fight back against humans, that it is fighting back. We're talking about 1,000 houses. Multiply that by whatever, say $500,000 or whatever they were worth. These are higher end houses, okay? These are probably worth at least 300 grand a piece. Who knows? And even if they're only worth $250,000 a piece, times that times $1,000. Okay, so they're ridiculously overpriced. They're ridiculously underbuilt and stupidly built and chemically built. Okay, so human beings have so much respect to build, to get. And it is absolutely insane. It's insane the way humans do business in this world. And so I know that a lot of you probably think that I am an angry person, lately at least. I have been. And I think that it's very justified. Okay. It's very justified for all of the reasons that I state in my videos. It's easy to see. Okay, so I'm scared. I'm telling you right out. I'm excited because I know that all of these things have to happen. Humanity is just like an alcoholic. It has to hit absolute rock bottom before it's going to change. I watched my father go to just damn near dead, damn near dead. I'm not one of those people, okay? There are some people out there that will change before it gets too bad. But humanity as a whole, it seems to me like it's like the worst of the worst alcoholic that's just not going to change until everything has just gone straight to hell. And so, yeah, that's my post on the Colorado Firemen's Association page on Facebook. And I doubt that will help anything because, see, the way the houses are built depends on the demand, people's demand of things. Okay, so one thing that's on nature's side is the insurance business here, because eventually the insurance business is going to say, okay, well, if they're going to keep building those kinds of houses, then we can't afford to stay in business. So State Farm or whoever will just say, sorry, our rates have gone out the roof. There's no way that as long as you continue to build houses like that, you're not going to be able to afford fire insurance, and you have to have fire insurance in order to build a house. And so everybody, the government, everybody has to change. Everyone has to change, whether they like it or not. It's kind of like, I know it's strange that I say that, whether they like it or not. Because I don't understand why they wouldn't just change. So what's going to happen is that people in our country, everywhere they are, they're going to have to do their best to retrofit their houses to make them more resistant to all these different weather phenomena, whether it be hurricanes or tornadoes or fires or floods. Whatever it is, it's gonna be very, very expensive to do that too. And it's not always gonna work because the floods will just flood their houses anyway. And the fires, you know, even if you make your house really a lot less wind resistant, it's still susceptible to becoming wiped out by a tornado. If a tornado is moving at the speeds that it moves, it's just insane how much wind, you know. Houses in the Midwest may have to just be completely underground. That may be just the case. And I know that a lot of people have, not a high percentage, but some people do have houses that are just completely underground. And I guarantee you that a lot of those houses are owned by people that have experienced the hell of tornadoes before, maybe when they were a kid or whatever. But a very small percentage of those people that have underground houses in Colorado or Kansas, wherever, Arkansas, or not Arkansas, Oklahoma, places where there's a lot of tornadoes. And I know that they're moving a lot farther north now. But the thing is that some of those people actually have just enough gumption and brains to do it the right way the first time. So I make these videos so that you also will get the gumption. You'll start to think in your minds that maybe the most important thing is to do things naturally the first time. And I'm telling you that natural things feel so good. They feel just wonderful. And yes, they take more maintenance, and yes, they cost more money because they're produced, organically by plants and things, and slowly. They're not quick fixes like synthetic things. But when you use natural things like cotton, and when you support natural things like Sea Shepherd and me, then you get your money's worth. You get your bang for your buck. You feel good. You feel good in your heart. You feel good in your soul that you're contributing to nature. And when you prevent pregnancy and more humans in this world, oh my God, it's such a wonderful thing because you're free to work on your own life. You're working on your own life instead of trying to add another human to this world. People that don't follow these things, people that go against these things in our world are going to really pay. The problem is, here's the problem. Here's why I'm worried. The reason that I'm worried is because I also have to pay. And it's a drag. It's a drag that everybody else has to pay for everybody else's stupidity because their bodies are not resistant to disease. And so then we get pressured to get the you know what. Yep, because people are so weak and stupid. So that's probably about as much bitching as I want to do. Thanks everybody for joining me. Bye.